Hi everybody, this is Terry Nazon, world famous astrologer, and this is the horoscopes for the sign of Virgo for November 13th through November 20th. And of course it's a relatively exciting week because the planet Venus and Jupiter are aligned, and of course these are two beneficial planets in the sign of Scorpio, which rules money, among other things. For you, it's in the third house of communications, thinking, planning, ideas. All your genius ideas and your sharp wit have the right things to say. This week you find, your heart is touched by words. So perhaps you find yourself being very poetic, and perhaps you're really tuned into and keen to what people say. You normally are, but with Venus and Jupiter here, maybe even more so, because maybe you might want to put words together yourself. Maybe you've got lyrics in your mind or a poem in your heart. So words have lots of meaning. Communications have lots of meanings this week. And of course, they do touch your heart. They have the ability to touch your heart, and you're really paying attention to what's being said. Well, let's put the maudlin, mundane stuff aside. Let's just face it, you're just downright a genius this week, and you should be writing down all of your fab ideas. Maybe you're going to come up with the next great thing. Maybe you're going to come up with a great business plan. Maybe even you're going to have the next great infomercial out there. So you can definitely come up with some plans. You can organize like nobody's business, and you definitely can move swifter than anybody. So of course this week the planet Venus, like I said, is in your solar third house. There's a love of words there, maybe a love of reading also. But also Venus will make a beautiful aspect to your seventh house of personal relationships, significant others, best friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, marriage, partnerships, and popularity. And so if you do get an invitation, it might be a good time to take somebody up on it, right? If it weren't for the planet Saturn, who's finishing off his last degrees in your solar fourth house of, I don't feel like it, So this can be a little bit of a depressing thing. Whenever the planet Saturn, that is, gets into a moon-ruled house or aspects the moon, we really feel down or dumpy, or we feel a little pessimistic. So it's really important that you tune into the Venus-Jupiter thing, read some inspiring words, find something poetic to say so that you can lift yourself up. Again, the sign of Scorpio is all about the phoenix rising from the dust, right? So definitely if you find yourself from time to time, because Saturn's in your fourth house ruled by the moon, feeling a little down in the dumps, well, you need to read something inspiring to get yourself back up there. So the planets are Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn are right on the bottom of your chart, and this indicates a new beginning, that you're sort of like rebuilding your life, starting over. And this might have begun a while back, and sometimes it does take us a little bit of time to get our footing and to establish ourselves, right? But the good news is that Mr. Miser, the Scrooge of the Zodiac, as he's well known, but he's not really the Scrooge of the Zodiac, because he comes with such deep lessons. And in your fourth house, it's emotional, deep lessons time. It's about how do you control your emotions? Do you just fly off the handle and say something, or do you control your emotions? So these things are really on your mind this week. We just need to be a little bit careful with our emotions and not flying off the handle with some emotions, because Mercury, your ruler, and the planet Neptune are going to be, well, in sort of a weird aspect. So your feelings again are ruling something about a relationship. Neptune's in your solar seventh house of personal relationships, and of course this is all about relationships. So there could be something sad about relationships, that you don't feel like you're getting what you want, or there could be something about relationships that you're not pushing yourself to do. Pluto is, after all, in your solar fifth house of love and romance. Dating isn't necessarily your thing. Neptune's in your relationship sector. Sure, you want to settle down, but of course it's baby steps to get to where you want. So this week, when you find yourself feeling down, get inspired, read something poetic and uplifting, and that'll get you back to where you should be. Write your ideas down, because you just may come up with the next best idea. This is Terry Nazon. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for following me on YouTube and visiting my website, www.terrynazon.com. And don't forget to download my horoscope app.